Hi kids, nice to see you guys. Well, nice for you guys to see me again. I can't see you guys. Okay then kids. Right, let's quickly turn to page 24 of our workbook, unit 2. Okay, so let's quickly turn to page 24. Let's do the reading. Let's go over the vocabulary, okay? And then we'll take it from there. Okay then guys, so turn to page 24. Okay, and let's go over the reading together. Okay, so let's go over the reading together. So here we go. On the count of 3, let's start reading. 1, 2, 3. Every week people go to the supermarket to buy vegetables like green beans and cucumbers that come from big farms. Some supermarkets also sell fruits and vegetables from small local farms. But most people think food from the garden is fresher and tastes better than food from the supermarket. Some lucky people have space to grow food in their own gardens. Okay? For example, they grow carrots, onions, and cabbage. Many other people don't have space at home, but sometimes they work together to grow food in a community garden. Everybody say that word one more time, community garden. Well done. Let's continue. It's easier than you think to grow vegetables. First, you dig. Then you plant the seeds. But remember to water the plants. And you have to weed the garden sometimes. When the vegetables are ripe, they're ready to pick. Okay, well done guys. Okay, then let's go over some of those highlighted words in your reading. Okay, so green beans. So green beans are usually long. Okay, they grow on a vine. Okay, you need to peel them, open them up, and inside you have your green beans. So green beans. Cucumbers. Cucumbers, they usually have full of water. Yeah, cucumber. You usually have a cucumber in a salad. Okay, cucumber. Next one, grow. Space to grow. So to grow something is that you need certain things for something to grow, like soil, water, light. Okay, to grow. Onions. Onions, also another round vegetable. Okay, cabbage, another vegetable. Dig is to use a shovel or a spade to dig into the ground and turn it over. Okay, to take out any stones or anything that's going to cause any problems for any seeds to grow. Next one, plant. Now a plant can be, but to plant something is to take a seed and to place it into the ground, to plant something. Okay, water. And not just about water, you have to water. You have to give water to these seeds most days or they will die. Weed. A weed is a plant that grows that is no use. Okay, basically weeds are bad for your garden. You need to take them out. Okay, ripe. If something is ripe, okay, it means it has started to grow, okay, and it is at a point, okay, when it is ready to eat. It is ripe. It's not too soft, it's not too hard. It is ripe, ready to eat. So ready, you can eat it now. And to pick is to take it from wherever it is growing. To pick it from a tree, pick it from a bush, pick it from a vine. Okay, it is ready to take. Okay then guys, so let's go over our vocabulary at the bottom. Okay, dig, plant, water, weed, pick. Okay, to dig the soil, to plant the seeds, to water the plants, to take out weeds, to pick when they are grown. Good job. Right, let's take a look at the other vocabulary on page 25. So I say, you repeat. Pumpkin, lettuce, cucumber, cabbage, hot peppers, an onion, an eggplant, green beans, zucchini. Now these are all vegetables, supposedly. So why do people grow their own vegetables? Why do you think people grow their own vegetables? You'll find it in the reading. Because they think it's fresher. Okay, they have say what they put on it, like pesticides. Okay, so it tastes healthier, it's more organic. Okay, you have control of what you use. Okay, so it's healthier. Right then, guys, so let's take a look. Where do supermarkets get their vegetables from? This is for the boys. Where do supermarkets get their vegetables from? Well done, farms. Girls, do most people think food from a garden is fresher than food from a supermarket? Yes or no? Okay, yes, why? Why do you think people think food from a garden is fresher than a supermarket? Any ideas? Now, for one thing, a farm, okay, a supermarket, they tell the farmer to produce lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff, okay, and they want them to use pesticides, okay. They spray these, whatever, to kill any insects that's going to eat them, okay. So that's a bad thing. So pesticides are a bad thing. But the supermarkets wants to buy as much from the farm as they can. Okay, so this is the reason why there's pesticides. Okay, so yes, gardens are fresher than supermarket, because once the farmer has picked his crop and it's on the way to the supermarket, it starts to lose its freshness. It starts to lose its freshness. Boys, can people grow their own vegetables? Yes or no? Yes. Where can they grow their own vegetables? They can have a community garden, or they can have if they're lucky, their own garden, their own space. Right, girls, name 2 vegetables. 2 green vegetables. Look at the pictures. Okay, well done. Boys, give me another 2 green vegetables. Well done. Good job. Okay then, guys. So, kids, now imagine that you have a very small space to grow, to have a garden, and you can only grow 1 vegetable. Which vegetable do you want to grow? If you had a space to have a garden and the space was limited, which would be the vegetable you would grow and why? Okay, so think about that. So you can write that down as a question. Which vegetable would you grow and why? So I would grow potatoes because you can use them in lots of dishes and they last longer. Okay, I would grow tomatoes. Give the reason why. They taste good, they're fresh, you can use them as snacks any time of the day. So think about, what vegetable would you grow if you had a space to grow it in? Okay, only 1. And why would you grow that vegetable? Give me the reasons why. Because of their convenience, they're easy to grow, they're easy to look after, they last a long time, you don't need to put them in the refrigerator. So think about all these things for what vegetable you would grow and why. Okay, well done, kids. Right then, guys. Now, so how can we summarize about what we've learned earlier? Okay, we've learned some fresh fruits, we've learned how to grow food, we've learned how to eat vegetables. So let's look at some of the words, okay? Okay, so pumpkin, lettuce, cucumber, cabbage, hot peppers, an onion, an eggplant, green beans, zucchini. To dig something, to plant something, you need to water, and we need to weed. And then finally we can pick at the end of the day. Okay then, guys. So I'm going to do a web chart on the board, and I want you to do 2 or 3. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to make a some word webs about vegetables we've learned. Okay, so and then I want you to do about 4 or 5, and you describe them. So you can put them on there, and then you can describe about your vegetable. Okay, so take a look at the board. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to give you some prompts. Oops, there you go. Silly teacher Paul. It's falling over. Okay. So I'm going to put that over there. So there you go. Can you see that? So in the middle I've got pumpkin. Okay, so you do yours and you do something else. So maybe you can put, I don't know, carrot. Okay, potato. But I've got pumpkin. So the first question I'm going to ask, okay, pumpkin. What color is the pumpkin? Okay, so pumpkins, they're usually orange. So bright orange. Okay, next one. What about the shape of a pumpkin? Is it long and thin? It's round. Is it big or a small vegetable? It's pretty big. Okay, so big. So it's big and it's round. So big and round. Okay, next one. How does it feel? When you feel a pumpkin, does it feel soft? Does it feel hard? It feels hard. Okay, so hard. So it's hard to the touch. And the last thing. Does it have seeds? Does it have seeds inside? Yes, it does. So it has seeds. So it has seeds. Okay, so our vegetable is a pumpkin. It's orange. It's big and round. It's hard and it has seeds. So I want you to do this with another 4 vegetables. So you choose 4 from the pages and you do your word web with them, okay? So do a word web with 4 other vegetables, kids, okay? So that's your homework for today, okay? And I want you to ask questions. Why do people grow vegetables, okay? What's the point of growing vegetables? Give me some good things and some bad things about growing vegetables, okay? So that's what you've got to do today. I want you to do another 4 word webs for 4 different vegetables. And I want you to also talk about if you had a garden, a small garden, you can only grow 1 vegetable. What would that vegetable be? Okay, what would that vegetable be? Okay, kids? So then you can do that bit in this little bit. Okay, well done. Right, then let's move along. So something's growing. Okay, so we've talked about gardens and growing food. So I like to work in a garden, especially when I was younger. I used to love to plant seeds. And I would love to take care of the plants. And I like to weed, to get rid of all those plants that would cause problems. I'd get them out, okay? So when you have a garden, you have to weed a lot. You've got to make sure there's enough, the plants are getting enough water. There are not weeds around, you take them all out because we don't need them. So I want to plant vegetables in my garden. So what vegetables can we plant? Think of some vegetables. Shout them out, kids. Go. Okay, cabbage, lettuce, corn, potatoes, beans. Excellent. Right then, guys. So let's take a look at our song, Something's Growing. So I haven't got the CD, so you can play your CD, okay? Get used to the song, okay? And then practice at home. So here we go. I'm going to say it, you just repeat after me. So, pumpkin, lettuce, peppers, and beans. Something's growing and it's green. Pumpkin, lettuce, peppers, and beans. Something's growing and it's green. Now here's the chorus. Working in the garden, working in the sun. Working in the garden is a lot of fun. Easy peasy, yeah? Next verse. I have to water the garden. I have to weed and dig. I look after my garden. Those weeds grow very big. Pumpkins, lettuce, peppers, and beans. Something's growing and it's growing green. Pumpkin, lettuce, peppers, and beans. Something's growing and it's green. We can pick cabbage in the garden. We can pick green beans too. We can plant carrots in the garden. I like to garden, don't you? Chorus. Working in the garden, working in the sun. Working in the garden is a lot of fun. Next one. Pumpkin, lettuce, peppers, and beans. Something's growing and it's green. Pumpkin, lettuce, peppers, and beans. Something's growing and it's green. Well done. Okay then. So tell me some things that you can pick out of a garden. So what can you pick? Cabbage, green beans, pumpkins, peppers. What are two things that you have to do in a garden? There's a lot more things to do, but what two things do you have to do? Let's think about it. What two things do you have to do in a garden? You have to water, okay? You have to weed. That's one of the main things, weeding, okay? So those weeds don't kill the plants that you're trying to grow. Also, you have to dig, you've got to plant, and you've got to look after your plants too, okay? So this song, I want you to practice it. And the kid in the picture, he's picking some vegetables. And these are beans, and they're called Scarlet runner beans. Also the Scarlet Emperor or Scarlet Consacore. They're named after their beautiful bright red flower. Can you see the red flower? Okay. So once the bee or whatever, the butterfly gets the nectar from that, they turn into the bean. Okay. So Scarlet runner beans are climbers, and they can reach up to 15 feet in height. And you can also eat those flowers. So you can put them in a salad, and it's nice. Green beans and their flower. Lovely. Great. Right then, kids, let's move along. Let's move along. So here we go. Let's set this stage. Every Saturday morning, Marissa and her brother Harry have chores to do. Okay, you know what a chore, a little job you have to do for mom at home. So Marissa has to feed and walk the dog. Harry has to water the garden. And then Marissa and Harry have to help their grandmother go grocery shopping for food for the house, so they can have something to eat during the week. So kids, Marissa, what does Marissa have to do? So she has to feed and walk the dog. What about Harry? Can you remember? Repeat after me. He has to water the garden. And what do they both have to do? They have to help their grandmother go grocery shopping. So what does she have to do every Saturday morning? Feed and walk the dog. That's what Marissa has to do. What does Harry have to do? He has to water the garden. And what do they both have to do? They have to take their grandma, go grocery shopping. Okay then, guys. In school, there are many things that we have to do. You have to pay attention. Okay? We have to take turns. What other things do you have to do in class? What other things do you have to do in class? So you think about it, and then you can write them down. Write the list. Things I have to do in class. So you can say, okay, I have to take turns in class. I have to pay attention in class. I have to listen. Okay, that's paying attention. What else do you have to do in class? I have to do my work. Okay, what else do you have to do? So write a list for the things that you have to do in class. So we have to, or I have to. Okay, so I have to, we have to, So guys, let's take a look at page 28. So open page 28, and let's take a look at that orange box at the top of the page. So have to, okay, have to. I have to water the vegetables every day. I don't have to buy any more seeds. She has to plant the tomatoes in a sunny place. She doesn't have to weed today. I have to. I don't have to. She has to. So it depends on the pronoun. You change I have. She has. We have. It has. They have. You need to change the form. Okay? I don't have to. She doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. They don't have to. So depending on the pronoun, you need to change the form from I don't. So don't, doesn't. Don't have to, doesn't have to. Have to, has to. Okay, so remember that, guys. Okay, so let's, guys, we've got activity number 1. Okay, so turn to activity number 1. Okay, you there? Okay then, kids. So activity number 1. So underline the correct answer. Underline the correct answer. Okay then, kids. Here we go. So, the tomatoes are ripe. She blank picked them. So, kids, the tomatoes are ripe. So, the tomatoes are ripe. Does she have to pick them? If they are ripe, does she have to pick them? Yes, she does. If she leaves them any longer, they will rot. They will waste. Okay? So the tomatoes are ripe. Does she have to pick them? Yes. So she does. So has to, not doesn't have to. So the tomatoes are ripe. She, everybody take out your pencils and circle has to. She has to pick them. Number 2. Okay, number 2. Let's take a look. I have to, I don't have to. So let's read it together. I blank to water the green vegetables when it rains. So do you have to water the garden when it rains? Yes or no? No. Okay then, so you don't. So I don't have to water the green beans when it rains. Good job. Number 3. My father has to, doesn't have to. Weed the garden so the vegetables can grow. So, do you have to weed the garden? Does your father have to weed the garden so that his plants can grow? Yes. So, my father has to weed the garden to grow so the vegetables can grow. Number 4. Farmers, blah, 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 use a lot of water for their plants. So, do farmers have to water their plants? Even if it rains? But most of the time it doesn't rain. So do farmers have to water their plants? Yes. Yes. So farmers have to use a lot of water for their plants. And that's what causes a lot of problems. Farmers use lots of water. Okay? Even when we don't have any, they still have to use it because people still need to be fed. Okay then, guys. So let's read those sentences in activity number 1 together. Here we go. Number 1. The tomatoes are ripe. She has to pick them. Number 2. I don't have to water the green beans when it rains. Number 3. My father has to weed the garden so the vegetables can grow. Number 4. Farmers have to use a lot of water for their plants. Well done. Okay then, guys. So what I want you to do, guys, is I want you to complete activity number 2 yourselves. So I have to, I don't have to. Okay? So has to, doesn't have to, don't have to. So use the correct form. Okay? So I blah 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 plant these seeds this week. Number 2, my brother is stronger than me, so he dig. Luis weed the garden today. So it's up to you whether they have to or maybe they don't have to. So you can choose. There's no right or wrong answer. Okay. My mom water the plants at home. Farmers often buy new seeds. Number 6, he pick tomatoes this week. So you guys fill those in and we'll go over those the next time. Okay, guys? Okay, you kids, have a wonderful time. Have a great weekend and week. And you'll see me soon. Goodbye. Bye, kids.